What my husband and I experienced was a parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we were home and got a call from who we thought was our daughter.
When the phone rang, I knew it was her because her name says Sam. When our daughter calls, this is what we see. What I heard was her sobbing and, Mom, and I was like, Sam, what's wrong? The next thing I heard was a man's voice saying, Ma'am, your daughter needs your help. At that point, my husband took the phone from me and said, who are you? Where is my daughter?
The man was incredibly aggressive, saying this and that, and I'm going to shoot her in the head. One of the worst parts for me was he threatened to sexually assault her. I told him you were going to comply with everything.
I was absolutely terrified. I could hear my daughter in the background, and she was crying.
What he demanded us to do next was not make a phone call to the police. And he said, go to the car, go, get in your car and honk the horn so I know that you're in the car. What he told us to do is drive to the nearest grocery store.
I grabbed my husband's phone. I rushed to get into the car. I quickly scrolled to find my brother's name and phone number. I needed to get my brother on the phone because he worked for the FBI for 20 years and I knew that he could help us get out of the situation.
When I got to the store, I said, now what? He said, now find the gift card section. Find the Visa 500 cards. You can get 2 of those.
While Andy ran into the store to get the gift cards that the kidnapper had demanded, I was frantically scrolling through his phone to find somebody to help us. One of the family friends I got a hold of was able to get a hold of Samantha. Our daughter, Samantha. She was safe and alive.
I was stalling for time. He goes, I know what you're up to. It's been like 10 minutes in front of these gift cards. I got to the counter and I told the lady I wanted to buy these Visa cards. She pointed to the mute button on my phone. I hit it and she said, do you want me to call the police?
Finally, 47 minutes later, I was patched through to my daughter at work. I ran into the store to let Andy know that I had her and that she was safe.
Bridget handed me the phone and I started quizzing my daughter and asking her questions that only she would know. So when I realized that she was safe, I didn't know what to do, what to say. This was absolutely a parent's worst nightmare.
It was 47 minutes of terror.
Wow. Now, full disclosure, Andy and Bridget have been friends of Robin and mine for almost 20 years now, and we were introduced by another friend of ours, Greg, and we were playing tennis one night and he came and told me this story. He just walked in and said, you won't believe what happened today. And I was just shocked. What went through your mind at first?
It was 5 o'clock in the evening and it's not unusual for her to call me on her way home from work, and I saw her number. It said Samantha, and I said, hi, babe. And I heard this, like when your child is sobbing, Mom. I said, honey, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you hurt? And then a man's voice came on and said, ma'am, your daughter needs your help. Our first reaction was maybe she was in a car accident.
Did you believe it at first? I mean, I would.
I absolutely believed it. There was no doubt in my mind that was Samantha on the telephone.
Because you're seeing it on your phone. It comes up, right. Samantha, right?
Right.
And we heard her crying in the background.
Right.
Like Bridget, I thought she had been in a car accident. I thought that like he reached in and got her phone and said we have a problem.
But he was a good Samaritan. He was trying to help her. Well, that's not what was happening.
Yeah. How quickly did it become apparent that he wasn't a good Samaritan?
Well, he was very specific. He said, you can't call the police and you can't make another phone call. If you do, I'll know and I'll shoot her in the head. He told us to go to the grocery store and then he would give us instructions when we got there.
At this point, you know he's listening, but you don't know if maybe he's also watching.
Correct. And he told us he'd been watching our daughter for a while.
And at this point, of course, you haven't been able to contact Samantha.
No.